Hi, welcome to my review of Laughing Gravy, directed by James W. Horne from 1931. So yes, we are back once again, ready to discuss on Laurel on the channel. This time around, Laughing Gravy, quite a wintry one to discuss today. And yeah, I saw this just before Christmas, rewatched this, and yeah, wanted to share my thoughts on this film. There will be a spoiler warning, of course, for this discussion. If you haven't seen this film, I simply recommend seeing it first, and then come back to this video, and we can go from there. We can talk about this from the comments, and all things Laurel and Hardy, of course. So yeah, with all that said, let's discuss my thoughts on this film, and yeah, quite a fascinating one, and quite a confusing one, really, with the kind of different versions that exist, of course, and how really different they are. You know, kind of adding, you know, kind of a completely different ending at times between the versions. I saw the free-reel version, so that's the one I'll be, you know, kind of discussing today, and I'll be, you know, when I rate the film, it'll be based on my experience with that, you know, kind of version. So it's around 30 minutes, of course, the free-reel version, and yeah, it has obviously kind of this extended, you know, kind of piece after the 20-ish minute mark of something that is quite different to the rest of the film, you know, previously, and you know, I think it is really fascinating how dark, you know, I think some of the parts are, you know, that, for example, the two-reel version, you know, just after obviously that kind of the main bulk of the film, something that, yeah, it's just really quite bizarre, and you know, how different the ending is to the one that I saw, the free-reel version, but yeah, the main bulk of the film basically concerns Laurel and Hardy kind of just in this apartment, and you know, they're trying to sleep, and of course they've got the landlord, Charlie Hall, playing the landlord, and basically they have this dog, Laughing Gravy, and you know, in this winter night, of course, and they're trying to keep the dog quiet because they're not actually allowed any pets, of course, and that's the main scenario, you know, kind of set up here, and you know, for the rest of the film, they do try to hide Laughing Gravy from the landlord, and most of the time very unsuccessfully, and you know, the dog keeps barking, of course, and the landlord comes in, Charlie Hall, of course, and you know, just kind of gets onto their case, and you know, just, you know, throughout the film, you know, Laughing Gravy is kind of thrown out, kind of thing, into the, you know, the cold night. We have repeated attempts of Hardy kind of going out to rescue the dog, Laughing Gravy, and to bring it back in, and you know, just to kind of make sure it's not, you know, outside in the snow, and we have this leads to, you know, various different kind of scenarios, slapstick sequences, for example, on the roof, which is one of my favourite kind of yeah, sequences of the film. It's just hilarious, and how Hardy's on the roof, and then Laurel as well, and just kind of falling around there, and it's just extended sequences like this that are so funny, and just at times, you know, classic Laurel and Hardy moments, and of course a real kind of you know, warm edge to it, you know, with the kind of the dog Laughing Gravy, and how they're just trying to look after this dog, and you know, it's a really warm kind of you know, relationship they have with the dog, and you know, I think it's just really uplifting, and quite a magical film at times, and just it has that, you know, wintry spirit, you know, the kind of Christmas spirit almost, and you know, I think it's just really nice to see, as I say, interactions between Laughing Gravy and Laurel and Hardy here, and just that back and forth between Charlie Hall and Laurel and Hardy, and you know, the kind of villainesque role, that classic kind of you know, role that he played quite a few times, you know, in these films, Laurel and Hardy films, and I think it's just brilliant at times when he comes in, and it's just when he throws us, you know, outside the flower pot, you know, because he hears Hardy is pretends to be Laughing Gravy, you know, just barking there. Of course, he throws the flower pot, and you know, smashes you know, on Hardy's head, and that is one of the funniest moments as well, and just mostly Hardy kind of going outside, as I say, to rescue Laughing Gravy, and it's just, you know, some classic moments here, you know, slapstick, and you know, real just situation-based comedy, and I think it just works so well, the flow of it, and you know, I think just the setting, you've got that kind of charm of just you know, the two of them being inside in the warmth, when, you know, it's freezing cold outside and snowing, and you know, I think that's just really well done, and the atmosphere to this, and just the consistency of the comedy, and the kind of drama as well, and how we've got that kind of dynamic between them and the landlord, and also just trying to constantly, you know, keep the dog safe, and it's just something that drives the film, you know, and it really flows very nicely. But I think the main thing that holds this film back, you know, is the ending, and you know, I think whatever version you're watching, you know, obviously I watched the free-reel version, specifically on that, you know, we have this kind of, for me, drawn-out sequence, just when, you know, kind of Laurel's, you know, has been, you know, given this letter, of course, as we know, about the inheritance, and you know, obviously it's on the condition that he ceases all contact for some reason with Hardy, and you know, that's the only way he's going to get this. And it starts out entertaining, but I think then it does, for me, just seem to repeat itself, you know, until the very end, you know, really of this film, and you know, I just think that was, you know, the main thing that kind of held the film back for me personally. It was just a bit kind of drawn out there, that sequence, and it wasn't, as funny, and it was just something that didn't quite, fully, come together in that sense. But until that point, until around the 20-minute mark, I think the film is hilarious, and it's warm, it's charming, it's got a lot of kind of heart, and I think just Laughing Gravy and Laurel and Hardy together, it's just so kind of uplifting, and we've got that classic, as I say, villain, with the landlord there, Charlie Hall playing, and I think just the back and forth between them, and how he's constantly on the case, and the tension in the film, and just I think these kind of warm, wintry moments as well, within the apartment, keeping out the cold, and then when they do go outside, and that hilarious moment when, of course, Hardy just kind of gets freezing, and he comes in and he's all shivering. It's just so funny, and also the bit where Hardy dunks Laurel's head, when he's washing him there, it's just hilarious, and it's just that scenario there, and he puts the head in there, and it's just so funny, and I think overall definitely a great short, just held back a bit by, for me, the ending, whatever kind of version you're watching, and obviously the free-roll version, the one that I saw recently, that's the one that is the original one that was filmed, and obviously Hal Roach was asked to kind of shorten this, and alternate ending was actually filmed. So the ending to the two-roll version, something that was actually done after and filmed due to the response to trying to shorten this, and obviously it's a completely different ending, and obviously it was filmed after the fact of the main short, so it does kind of make sense that it is drastically different, and I think the free-roll version obviously I have issues with the way the film kind of goes after the kind of 20-minute mark. Until then, really, the two shorts, the two-reel and the free-roll version, are basically identical. It's just that ending there, and obviously the ending to the free-roll version is an extended sequence where we have the inheritance kind of scenario coming into it, and whatever the case, that's the main issue for me. The thing that holds the film back, is this kind of ending and the way things culminate, for me. But still, regardless of all that, I do love this short. I think the performances are great, and I just love the location, and obviously this is kind of similar as well, in plot and location and scenarios to They Go Boom, another short, from 1929, which is one of my personal favourites from Laurel and Hardy, and I'll talk about that at some point soon. But yeah, I think this film, is a great one. It's a great short, and I think it's mainly just the ending, as I say, that kind of holds this one back. But regardless of that, I do love this. It's just really entertaining, warm, uplifting, and it's got a nice kind of wintry feel. This, and it's just classic Laurel and Hardy slapstick, in various parts of the film. And so overall my rating for this is a 91%. So yeah, I do love this film, and I think it's just got some classic Laurel and Hardy moments, and of course the bit on the roof, and just everything really that surrounds the dog Laughing Gravy, and how they're trying to protect this dog, and trying to keep it a secret, and obviously unsuccessfully throughout. And I think it's just a really cool way in which it's set up, and I think the way it kind of flows the film, obviously, as I say, until the ending, I think is so well done, and just overall a really charming film this, and warm, and something that's just really relaxing and peaceful as well. And Laurel and Hardy, once again, hilariousness, of course, and that kind of chemistry between them and Charlie Hall is just amazing, and him as the villain, really, this villain role of the landlord, and how he's constantly trying to kick the dog out, and it's just, it really is priceless at times, this film. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this film. What do you think? It'd be really great to hear your thoughts in the comments, and feel free to leave your thoughts on this, and to share your experience with this film, and what's your thoughts on this, and how did you watch this film? What version did you see? Various versions out there, of course. But yeah, whatever version you watched, regardless of that, it'd be cool to discuss this from the comments, and it'd be really good to do that. And obviously more Laurel and Hardy content coming on the channel again very soon. So yeah, I look forward to going through all of the Laurel and Hardys eventually, and just over time steadily going through them on the channel. But for today, let's discuss this film in the comments, and share experiences on this film. So yes, as always, take care, and thanks for watching.